Welcome back to Walsall Fan TV for the preview of Walsall at home to Harrogate. We're entering the Easter period. Still third. Can you believe it? Doncaster got a draw last night at Salford. Put some level on points with us on 72 points. Walsall with a 6-goal better goal difference. So it keeps us in third place. And we are still... I can't believe we're still in third with the bad run we've been on. But such was our lead. It's given us lots of grace. But that grace has kind of run out. But to still be in third going into this game on Friday is a massive boost. And should give us all a shot in the arm. Right then, Easter. I've got a couple of things to cover in this. Matt Sadler. Obviously the match preview talking about Harrogate, my predictions, which is 1 out of 1 for this week, and Easter gifts. So which one should we pick up first? Matt Sadler has been nominated for Manager of the Season for League 2. Well, if Walsall didn't do it, he's certainly not going to win it, is he? But if, after this bad run, we can get back on song and secure automatic promotion, then I think that's a superb turnaround, because you look at the form book and it's disastrous. But if Walsall can sort it out, Matt Sadler can get things back on track again, then he thoroughly deserves to be up there, perhaps. Some would argue. Some would argue vehemently against. Yeah, I did a predictions video. This week I'd put down a draw for Salford and Doncaster. Got that right. Got some more. Only got 2 out of 10 last week, so that was pretty poor. But 1 out of 1 so far this week's looking better. So check out that. On that video, I did talk about my book, Gambling Now the Score. Sort of read a little bit from the book as well. So Easter gifts, maybe a copy of this. But also, if you haven't bought your Easter gifts yet, we can't forget all the other books I've got, can you? I'm going to bring some down on Friday. So if anybody sees me on Friday and wants to get some late Easter gifts for family, we've got Time to Click, psychological thriller. Awoken, technological thriller. And sci-fi romance with Finding Love in 2045. Right then, that's me talking about that. That's enough of that. So, yeah, I'm going to have some of those books with me on Friday. This is the deal. Discount compared to Amazon prices. So, 1 for £7, 2 for 12, 3 for 18, or all 4 just for £20. Right then. Right then, now on to the football. Walsall 3rd, Harrogate in 20th. What do we know about Harrogate? Goals for 35, so it's less than half Walsall's goal tally. Conceded 54 compared to Walsall's 51. But in recent times, scored 5 in the last 3 and conceded 5, where Walsall scored 4 and conceded 7 in the last 3 games. So that's where we're at with that. 1 drawn, lost. Harrogate 1-1, drawn 3, lost 2. Walsall 1 none, drawn 4, lost 2. But Harrogate down in 20th, they were sort of getting quite close to the relegation slots. They had a really good win 3 games ago. Beat Tranmere at home 3-2. And that pretty much sort of put them safe. They're currently 9 points clear of safety. But we know how well Carlisle are doing. If Carlisle won all their games, they could go past them. But Carlisle home to Port Vale on Saturday. And I predict Port Vale are going to win that one. They're on fire at the minute. So that would pretty much put them safe, all but goal difference. And then obviously got Tranmere and Accrington still below them before Carlisle and Morecambe, of course, in the bottom 2 slots. Last 2 games, there's plenty of fight in this team. Simon Weaver got them fighting to make sure they stay up. They were 2-0 down at home to Grimsby. One of those goals was a little bit special. Kieran Green, from his own half, saw James Belshaw off his line and scored from inside his own half. That put them 2-0 up, but 2 late goals, 85 and 89 I think it was, rescued a point. So never say die attitude. They're going to carry on fighting. Previous to that, lost away to Wimbledon 1-0, and another away defeat would be good for Walsall, wouldn't it? Players to watch out for. Jack Muldoon, he's not done so well this season. He's got 11 last season. He's now 35. He's had 36 appearances this season, but only got 1 goal, 3 assists. So maybe he's slowing down a little bit, but certainly a player that we've got to keep an eye on. He's done very well for Harrogate over the years. Ellis Taylor is a young, upcoming midfielder. He's 22, 4 in 30, 6 foot, under 15 international for England, and he scored in some of the big games. Scored against Doncaster and against Bradford. So he's one to watch. We look at the running, and Walsall have a very favourable running. Teams we need to keep an eye on, of course, is Doncaster and Wimbledon. But we look at the games they've got to play. Doncaster, away to Tranmere, who still aren't safe, and they're on good form. So they'll be still looking for points. Then, home to Colchester, who are going very well indeed. Then home to Bradford, and then final game of the season away to Notts County. That is a very tough run for Doncaster. Nearest to them is Wimbledon. Wimbledon just 3 points behind us at the minute with 4 to play. But their home to Chesterfield is not easy. Away to Gillingham, and then at home to Port Vale and away to Grimsby. So we've certainly got the easiest running. Obviously Harrogate now, Newport on Monday, and then Accrington at home, and then Crewe away. So if we could get 3 wins, that would be nice, wouldn't it? 3 wins, and we'd go to Crewe already safe, I would think. That's what I'm hoping. So for team news, Simpkin likely to be in goal again after he did well against Barrow, with Hornby on the bench. Back 3, Oshy, Donovan Daniels, Allen. Is he going to stick to that? Or Donovan Daniels, after his first game back, maybe he'll be better prepared for Friday? Or maybe needs to sort of rest up after having a game. Oshy on the right, Taylor Allen on the left. Oshy was one of our better performers on Saturday, but doesn't say much because it was a very poor performance overall. People are calling for Harry Williams to come back in. Matt Sadler has said on his interview with the Express and Star that he was taken out because he wanted to have some more versatility. But Harry Williams has been an excellent centre-half. His long throws have given us a new dimension, an extra dimension up front from set pieces and stuff. And he's chipped in with the 3 goals as well. So how versatile do you want a player to be? So I'd like to see Williams coming back in. Apparently there's been no falling out. So why he's not in there, I don't know. I personally would like to see Williams come back in and Dave come back in for Oshy. But it remains to be seen. CDM, I think Ryan Sturck has had his rest. He's going to come back, I think, and play on Good Friday. Connor Barrett carrying on right wing back, or bring a Simwe back in. Because Simwe, we missed him a bit on Saturday. He's been doing well. Left side, Gordon. He's been culpable for some defensive lapses and not really given us the number of assists that we wanted from that position. But he's a good outlet for us when he's on it. But lately he's not. So is he a player that perhaps needs a break? We do love Liam Gordon, but I think he needs a break. Asimwe could play over that side, but we've also got Evan Weir, who's been impressive every time we've seen him, and probably would favour that left wing back role. Or, of course, Ram is now back from Tamworth, so Ronan Mayer, could he add that attacking mindset and his excellent dribbling ability to give us an extra dimension going forward? That's possible. In the middle, Jellison Lakin. Jelly's been off it, to be honest. I think the stuff he was trying and it was working for him earlier in the season is just not coming off for him at the minute. I think it is his first season as a full-time pro. And I think he's jaded. I think he needs a break. But Matt Sadler has been keeping him in there. Even when he was sick, he was still playing. So Jelly's coming out and having a rest. Is that going to happen? Lakin had a rest, came back in, looked good on Saturday. Can't understand why he got took off, because he was one of our better performers. But there you go. On the bench, we're likely to have Comley, maybe Chang and Hall. Or maybe if Hall comes straight in for Jellis, can Hall play 90 minutes? That's unlikely. But could he play 45 and Chang play 45? That's a thought. Up front, now this is what confused me. Matt and Levi were forming quite a partnership, and Matt Sadler said himself how well they were working together, and then he dropped Levi for Saturday, and that didn't make any sense. Harrison, more experienced, but did he really offer enough? I don't think he did. So that's an interesting one. So we've got about 11 players that we want on the bench, and we can only put 7 on. So which 7 are we going to have on the bench, given that Jellison Lakin and Matt and Levi are probably going to be the starters? So Hornby would be 1. So defence, Williams, Dave or Evan Weir. We can only pick one of them. I'd say Harry Williams, but I mean, I think he should be starting. If he's not, then maybe Donovan Daniels should be on the bench. So that's a second one. Third one, Chang and Hall would be 3 and 4, which gives us 3 slots left. Asimwe definitely needs to be one of them. That's 5. He loves Adoma on there, because he could play right wing back again. But that's if Adoma's on there, that's 6. That only leaves 1 striker. But we need 2 strikers on there. So Hall and Chang, unlikely that both of them will be on the bench. Of course, attackers Harrison, DJ, Wheatley and Adoma. He likes to have DJ on the bench, not that he's used him much. Harrison would be a good guy off the bench, I think. Ethan Wheatley. Is he going to make the bench? I don't think he'll even make the bench. So many options that Matt Sadler has, but he's sticking with the same players when he's got great options on the bench. Time to be brave, I think, Mr. Sadler, and get some fresh legs on and fresh impetus that have got a chance to sparkle. The likes of Ram, Ethan Wheatley, Chang, Hall, all need time on the pitch to see what they can do. Right then, my prediction. Do you know, I do try and look at the positive side of things. I think Walsall are going to kick back into gear. 3-0 Walsall. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? So if you want to copy my books, I'm going to have those with me on Friday. So come and see us where we do our fan reactions, and grab yourself some copies for Easter presents. Thanks for watching. The joy, hopefully, is returning, and we're saying goodbye to the pain.